So, for those who have been recently paying attention to what I've been doing for the past few days, you guys know what's happening. I created a brand new series that I plan to take over once the Fight for All sequel is done. So, when that entirety of that sequel is done, I already have everything laid out, all of the story, and I'm going to make a lot of connections to the Fight for All stuff. But that's not what this video is about. This is the stuff that happens after the Fight for All. The main target of the Goalpost series is similar to the Halo series in almost, I wouldn't say almost any way, but I feel like the UNE, I made them a bit too defensively powerful because they were holding their own against an alien power that is super advanced in comparison to them. So I don't know if I actually made them so super advanced in comparison. I can't answer that, but the only thing I could really say about that series is it's been building up really well. I've received a couple of people like, dude, this is an interesting series. You need to continue this, or hey, there's a couple of things you could change here and there, but other than that, the series is great. People are looking forward towards the Goalpost series. But the major reason why I built the series in the first place was to get the people that watch the Fight for All series interested in more of the stories I have to offer. Because Goalpost, I want it to be an even longer lasting series than the Fight for All series. I want it to be an even longer version of the Fight for All series, except for there's now different species and now there's all this different shit that's going on. So there's could be a lot of problems that the CS have to face with humanity because first off, humanity is now over 200 billion strong and they have plenty of weapons, plenty of everything basically. And these guys and these humans basically are going to be angry. They're going to be fighting the CS. And one of the main species that I've recently heard that continued the fight against humanity in a sense is the Zaraforth, the Kyotono, Ashtonal, and the Stowey. Stowey, well, the Letitions are there too, but what you guys probably already know if you've read the lore for each of the species, which I don't know if I've actually posted that yet, but I know a handful of people have actually seen that lore. I'm going to create full backstories for each of those species from the time of their creation up to the events of the Goalpost series. And I plan to do that after Goalpost, the first part of Goalpost is finished. So that way people can understand where these species came from, how much they've advanced since then, and where do I plan on going with those species during the end of the series. And if I'm going to create more sequels to the series and how long they're going to be, if that's the case. The first thing I've seen in that is I am definitely, if this series gets enough attention, like the Fight for All series, it got a ton of attention the first few days. Like it got almost number one on at least one thing for every single one of those series. Every single one of those got a number one on something. So if this series gets the exact same attention, I will continue it like the Fight for All series. But I also did warn that on April 5th to 7th, I would be giving out trailers for that. Well, guess what? If if this series is done before my college exams, I will create a brand new trailer, not for the Fight for All series, but I'm going to create a trailer for Goalpost. I'm going to create a whole new trailer. I'm going to completely change a few things that made the series like not as likable to watch. This series is definitely going to be put in as somewhere up near a Fight for All. Do I think it's going to overtake it? Probably not. I think a Fight for All is going to be my biggest series yet, especially with people that loved watching the Fight for Alls and mixing in with other universes like Halo, Gate, Was there a third one? I can't remember if there's a third one, but I do recall there were multiple universes in which it happened. And the best part about the series of Goalpost is that I can continue it continuously. The thing with the Fight for All is eventually I want that series to end because I have other things in mind. Do I think I'm going to end it anytime soon? Probably not. But if I had something to say, 2021 is going to be the era in which I start creating a ton of stories. 2022 is probably going to be the exact same way. Create a bunch of stories, mix them up with lore, and make sure that every single story has connecting lore. That's what I did with the Fight for All series, and that's what I did with the Afton series. That's the third one. Just it's not exactly the AFFA part, but you guys understand how much effort you have to put in just to create one of these. You're like, well, you don't have to put in a lot of effort. Yeah. But when you're making a lot of effort to connect every single option and every single problem to one person, or making it so that it's not just simple as black and white to see who's evil and who's good, it takes more out of you. And it's very hard to pinpoint who's going to be the villain or who's going to be the hero, which is why I said at the beginning that I don't know who I was going to pick for the hero and who I thought was going to be for the villain. So basically, the basics of this is Goalpost introduction. If you guys want more information about this, please comment down below. But other than that, this is going to be a quick one. See you guys later.